My first reaction when I saw the trailer for the Gen 4 Pokemon remake was of disappointment. Now, you see, there's a tradition in the Pokemon remakes, a sacred tradition. They are usually made with the modern tools and mechanics created for the more recent game at the moment. For example, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green were made with the same basis as Ruby and Sapphire. In the same way, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were made based on X and Y. After 3 remakes respecting this tradition, of course my expectation was to see Diamond and Pearl with the 8D look we saw on Pokemon Sword and Shield, maybe even borrowing some of the new elements like the Wild Area and Dynamax. I mean, look at how many things Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire added to the game. The bar was set too high. But taking a look at the trailers, it's clear that this tradition was thrown out in the window. The approach used in Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond is way more conservative than expected. However, with the passing months since its announcement, the idea of the games is starting to grow on me, and I think there's a lot to be discussed about this approach. So let's talk about it. First of all, why the Pokemon Company opt for this approach? I think there are some reasons for that. First one is that Sword and Shield weren't well received by fans. Not saying that it was a terrible flop, but there was a general consensus that Game Freak could have done way more than what they delivered. With that in mind, focusing their whole attention on a remake built upon the base of the 8th generation could easily backfire, so the idea that they came up with was to spiritually split the 4th generation remakes into 2 games. One is a faithful remake of the original with 2D gameplay and TBR style, the other is a more ambitious new approach to the Pokemon formula, acting as a prequel to the original game. This way they could bring back the original experience but also expand on it, with a different game, and in my opinion, it is very clear that those 2 are fruits from the same tree, because they are launching in a gap of less than 2 months, which is kind of unheard of in the Pokemon series. Also, another indication that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are not your usual Pokemon remake is the fact that Game Freak is not directly developing it. They've hired Yuka for the job, a Japanese company known for their assistance in games like Dragon Quest XI and their previous work with the Pokemon Company with Pokemon Home. And while Yuka is working on the remake, Game Freak is working on Pokemon Legends Arceus, a sign that this is the one that will actually advance the formula and bring new features. Hey, if you are liking the video, remember to leave a like and consider subscribing. I'm posting here at least 2 times per week, so if you subscribe, you will not lose a single one of them. Okay, but why am I hyped for the simpler, conservative game? Because I'm dumb. Okay, let's not simplify that. When I saw the first trailer, I was disappointed because of 2 main reasons. First, because it looked like it was exactly the DS original, but with 3D graphics instead of sprites. And second, because the game looks uninspired. I like the idea of the chibi visual, but if you compare it to the Link's Awakening remake, which had a similar approach, it's quite easy to see that the models, lighting and textures in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were lacking, like the game had no clear visual direction. But then, after some trailers, we could see that the footage in development alert is a real thing, because the game started to look a lot better, with some cool environments and really cute characters. I still get the feeling that they could do better to make everything feel more alive. The grass, for example, still looks bland to me, but all things considered, I'm okay with the general look. Apart from the visuals, there's another element that made me want the game more. It's a Pokemon game in 2D. I know that sounds ridiculous, but seriously, trailer after trailer, a feeling of nostalgia started to conquer me. So many staple elements in the franchise level design are back here. The way everything is displayed on the screen and how the top-down perspective gives this impression that the world is bigger and you are exploring a vast region. It's something a little hard to explain because it's like a special charm. Small things like the simple character animations not looking weird because their models are already very simple. When Pokemon was translated to 3D, the series changed. It's a natural thing to happen. 3D Mario is different from 2D Mario, 3D Zelda is different from 2D Zelda, and so on. I was missing 2D Pokemon and I didn't realize that until now. You can obviously argue that if that's the case, I could just play the original game on a DS, and that's a valid point. But here's the thing. I also appreciate the visual upgrade, the quality of life improvements and the possibility to play it on my TV. Elements like character customization or being able to access the PC from any point in the game are nice additions to the overall experience, even though they are miles away from the additions in other Pokemon remakes. So, I'm actually attracted to the idea of a safe remake. This way I can relive some memories in a new and modern way. Now, I need to make something clear. The fact that I am hyped for this does not nullify the fact that we could be receiving more. The new things that the remake is bringing are not convincing for those that already own the original game. Besides, many fans are pointing the fact that elements introduced in Pokémon Platinum are missing on the remakes, which is something that doesn't make any sense to me. The problem is always the same. Why one of the biggest franchises in gaming has to be so unambitious? I get the feeling that there's a constant refusal to invest on a higher budget for those Pokémon games, even though they sell crazy numbers. Pokémon is finally on an HD console, but it seems that we are still receiving portable games, which is not inherently bad, but makes one wonder what experience we could be having. Maybe they don't want to expand too much and lose what makes the formula so special, and that's precisely why I'm curious to see if a spin-off like Pokémon Legends Arceus will be able to push the series in a new and more ambitious direction. But that will be a topic for a future video. Do you know another thing similar to Pokémon? That's right, Pikmin! Take a look at this video right here about the future of the franchise, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!